Hello and welcome back to the RevelationWebsite.com tutorial series on how to edit your own website. Now today we're going to go ahead and talk about how to create a blog entry for your website. Now as you can see from our website features, all of our different websites come with a blogging platform. It's a basic feature we think is so important that it just needs to be included along with your website right off the bat. Now, as usual, let's go ahead and find our Create Content link. This is what we want to click whenever we want to create a new type of content for the website. Okay, as you can see, we have a list of all of our different content types. Keep in mind that you probably won't have all of these or these exact same content types. It depends on how many types of features and how many different features you have loaded on your website to begin with. Let's go ahead and find the link we're looking for, which is blog entry, and click it. So now right here we have our blank template for our blog entry. Let's go ahead and look at that, and let's decide on a title. How about "This is my blog about making a blog"? Okay, now we're going to move ahead down to page title, and if you remember from any of our past tutorials, the page title is extremely important for your search engine rankings. What you want to do is basically write the page title in a different way than you would write the title of the page. Now, the reason you're doing this is because someone may not write their search query the exact same way as you wrote it here in the title. So this kind of gives you some padding and gives you another option for what someone might type if they're looking for what you're selling or what your website is about. And also keep in mind the page title is the text that appears up in the top browser tab of the web browser, and it's pretty important to Google. So let's go ahead and find a different variation of our title to write here. We're going to go ahead and write blogging about creating a website blog. As you can see, I chose a good keyword sentence here, which is creating a website blog, and then added in blogging. And you can see that those keywords aren't necessarily arranged or present in the same fashion in the title, so we're doing pretty good. What we have to remember though is that we just make sure that in the body of the content that we're saying and talking about the things that are in both the title and the page title. So let's go ahead and move down to the body of content. We're going to go ahead and just write some basic content to show you how this all works. Today we are writing a blog about how to create website blogs on our brand new RevelationWebsite.com website design. And that's probably good for now. Basically, you can see the WYSIWYG editors present as usual, and we cover this a little more in another tutorial, but you have all your basic features here of bold, italics, and underline, and spell checker, and inserting an image, inserting links, font colors, types of font, size, so on and so forth. Right now we're going to go ahead and hit spell check just because I always recommend doing this no matter what, and I feel like if I do this in the tutorial over and over again, people will be more inclined to do it themselves. Looks like we're all spelled right. Let's go ahead and hit finish checking, and we're good to go. Now let's move up to this little bar right here. This right here is your tags. What this does basically is add some tags to the top of the content that explains to people when they come to your site or look at this particular piece of content and tells them about exactly what it's talking about. You want to make sure that your tags here match what you're talking about in the content. We have blogging, website, creating a website blog. We have a bunch of different keywords. Just go ahead and enter a couple. This is about blogging. And we always want to separate these with a comma. Don't forget to do that. Blog, website, creating a website blog. That's probably good for now. We just have about 4 tags in there, and that'll be good for our purposes today. Now let's not forget menu settings. Now this is a little bit different with a blog than it is with a page. With a blog, they automatically compile to a blog page on your website. Now, it doesn't have to be on your actual primary links like this, but rest assured, every single RevelationWebsite.com site has a blog page dedicated to it where it compiles every blog that you write. So for now, we're just going to go ahead and leave it out of the menu settings. And and we'll go ahead and worry about that later. So what we're going to do is move down here, and then we've got our publishing options. Now, publishing options are important with a blog because, like I mentioned in previous tutorials, with a page of content, we don't always want to have to worry about sticky at the top of lists and promoted to front page. Because pages of content are a little bit more of like a static content that you're not going to typically be updating often or changing or rearranging like you would a blog. So what we're going to do is say this was our favorite blog because we just wrote it and we want to display it to our customers that come to our site. We're going to go ahead and ensure that this is checked as published so that people can see it. And then promoted to front page. That means that it's going to be on the front page for everybody to see, and it automatically appears there in a teaser form. So it doesn't usually have the full length stretched out there. We have a tutorial for that to show you how to have the full blog displayed in one place, but for now it'll show it kind of cut off with a read more button. Sticky at the top of lists is pretty self-explanatory. That basically makes it so that it always appears at the top of any other blogs. We'll go ahead and check that for now and hit save. Okay, now we've hit save. We created our blog. As you can see in this particular blog format, it throws in our date, which is really nice. And so then we're going to go ahead and first give you an example of how it shows up on your blog page. You'll notice how all of my blogs here appear on the same page. And this one's sticky at the top of lists, and it's my most recent blog, so that's right here. If we had written a little more content, we'd have a read more button that would take us there, but for now, if we want to go back to the page, we just hit the title. And if we went ahead and go look at the home page, we'll click the logo up here to follow the link home. Look at that. It's published to the home page and sticky at the top of the list, and that's exactly what we wanted out of it. Now, real quick, if you ever want to go back and edit your blog, all you do is follow it to its main page, find the Edit tab, click that, and open it up. Well, that's about it for our basic blog creation screencast. If you have any other additional questions, always email service@revelationwebsite.com. Otherwise, have a great day and look forward to seeing more of our tutorials later on down the road.